How's it going, everyone? I'm JStar and welcome back to another Pokémon Journeys episode review. And I'll tell you what, it's the start of the end. The finals are finally upon us after so long of waited. I mean, it's been a month since my last video because we had a recap of Go and Project Mew. We then had a recap of Go and Cinderace, going back to Cinderace's hometown and seeing how it's doing there. And then we had a recap of the Masters 8 tournament with Ash and Leon. So it's good to finally be back and finally back into the action. So without further ado, let's get into the finals between Ash and Leon. So this week's episode opens up with not a recap of the other battles, surprisingly. It actually opens up with Go, who has just arrived in Hoenn and meets Tokyo and Gary. Of course, last week's episode, we saw Ash and Go split up because Go was going to do Project Mew, with Ash was taking on Leon. I didn't cover that, but I'm sure you'll be able to find information about that. So yeah, Go meets up with Tokyo and Gary. They then meet the other three that are in charge of Project Mew. I can't remember their names. I think one of them is called Hadaka, and I can't remember the other two, but them three, yeah, they're on the screen. You know them. And then Go wishes Ash luck. Heading from Hoenn back to Galar, we then see Ash is getting ready with his team, saying they're going to try the hardest, they're going to beat Leon, they're going to be the best. And we'll just have to see what happens with that. We also then get to see a Piplup and an Eevee running into the dressing room where they are. And we find out that Dawn and Kaharu have arrived to cheer Ash on. Going from Ash's side all the way to Leon's side, we see Leon is deep in thoughts with Hop, his little brother, in the background as well. We also get to see a little screenshot of his very first battle that he ever had with Sonya. It's just good to see that we've seen Leon as a child, knowing that he started with a Charmander. He starts off as this brand new beginner, and he's now become the champion of champions, the #1 trainer in the entire world. It's just nice to see where someone started to now where they are right now. We also then get to see that Dawn and Kaharu have headed to their seats in the stadium, and we've also get to see that Piplup is wearing its cheerleader outfit. I mean, it's very, very nice to see this because we haven't seen it since Diamond and Pearl, which was so long ago. Was it like 7, 8, 9 years ago? Yeah, it's just good to see that it's made a return. We also get to see that lots of other competitors in this Masters 8 tournament are watching the battle. We see Iris, we see Lance, we see Alan all watching this, and there's others that are watching it as well. Both trainers head out onto the field, and you can really see that everybody is cheering for Ash. Ash is obviously the underdog in this, with Leon being the champion of champions and the best trainer in the world. So yeah, lots of people are cheering for Ash. Anyway, on the field, we then get to see that Ash and Leon say that they're ready for this. They're going to put on an amazing battle. Then the announcer comes out, you know, the guy flying around in the 80/ pod flying machine thing, and again reads the rules. It'll be on 6-on-6 battle. Trainers can switch Pokemon. You can only use one Dynamax, Z-move, or Mega Stone in this. But then Leon says, wait a minute. We want an epic battle. We want this battle to be the best in the entire world. So he says, no, get rid of that rules. Let Ash use all three. Let him use the Dynamax Band. Let him use the Z Crystals. And let him use the Mega Stone. Which, I mean, finally, Ash then sends out Pikachu while Leon sends out Cinderace. Both of them sent up a move. I think Cinderace went through a ground type move, hit it at Pikachu, while Pikachu went for a Thunderbolt and hit it at Cinderace. However, Cinderace was unfazed by this. It basically took the move and just hit it away like it was nothing, while Pikachu, you can see a couple marks, a couple scratches. You can see that it kind of hit Pikachu and is a little bit injured. But yeah, but we also find out then that Cinderace's ability lets it change its type. So with it sending up a ground type move, it then changed into a ground type, which kind of surprised me. I just thought that Cinderace was super powerful and Pikachu's super powerful move did nothing to it. But no, it's because its ability changed into a ground type move. So with Pikachu at a disadvantage, Ash then returns Pikachu and sends out Gengar. However, Leon's not going to let Ash get the upper hand, so he brings back Cinderace and sends out Intellion. And Ash does say that it's like fighting Go. I mean, Go has Cinderace, Go has Intellion, and Leon's now got them as well. So, you know, hopefully all that training with Go really paid off. You know, all them battles we've seen where Ash versus Go, you know, hopefully it really helps with this. Oh wait, they haven't had a battle really. So yeah. To stop Ash from getting the upper hand, Intellion uses Ash's counter shield move. If you remember, Pikachu pulled off the counter shield move against Cynthia, and then it did it all the way back in the Sinnoh League. Well, Leon saw this on the screen and decided to replicate it. So now Intellion's got this spinning water vortex that Gengar can't really do anything about. I mean, you can see it's trying to jump over all these waves coming towards it, but it's getting hit by so many of them. So Ash comes up with a brilliant idea. How do we beat water? I know. Let's send out Will-O-Wisp, a fire type move. And my face just dropped. I was thinking, Are you being serious, Ash? You're setting up a fire-type move against water. You know what's going to happen. And I was wrong because it created that much steam and that much fog. It knocked Intellion out of its counter shield and knocked out of its senses. It was looking around trying to find Gengar, couldn't see it because of all the smoke. So yeah, pretty clever move by Ash. I mean, I saw it, I was thinking, you are very silly for doing a fire type move against water, but hey, he managed to pull it off. And by him pulling it off, he brought back Gengar, activated Dynamax Band and sent out Gigantamax Gengar. Gengar then uses its Phantom move, can't remember the name, but it's where it throws plates, teapots, chairs at Intellion. And Intellion did a good job of trying to shoot down a couple of them, but the chair did hit Intellion, and it stops Intellion from switching out, so Leon can no longer switch out Intellion and bring out a different Pokemon. So Intellion is in this for the long run. Both Pokemon then send out their moves. I think Intellion goes for a sniper shot and he's able to dual wield it. He's got 2 fingers so doing the sniper shot. Well, Gengar goes for a sludge bomb or sludge wave, I think it is. Basically puts poison water all over the field. And Intellion, I tell you what, he's really good at acrobatic. You can tell it's like the ninja Pokemon, how it's jumping and dodging and spinning and doing all these cool tricks. I mean, I thought the animation in this was really, really good. And the fact that Intellion looked like it was like the hero in this, you know, trying to dodge all this villain's attacks and spinning around with its weapons, about to shoot Gengar. Yeah, I thought it was really good action piece in this. However, both the Pokemon lands their moves. Intellion does a sniper shot into Gengar's mouth and knocks Gengar out of Gigantamax form. Gengar's Sludge manages to punch Intellion in the back and takes it out of the battle, which means Ash is at the moment 1-0 up. Ash is winning against Leon, and you can see everybody in the crowd is super, super happy. Even people back home, you know, get to see Professor Oak and his mum and Tracy and all of his other Pokemon that's at the lab are all cheering. You also get to see the Ghost Child, can't remember his name, I know he's a gym leader, but even he's happy that Gengar's won. And I mean, everyone's happy except for Hop and Sonia, who are obviously Team Leon. Leon then decides he needs to even up the field, so he sends out Mr. Rime. Mr. Rime attempts to take out Gengar from the offset. I think a Freeze Dry, which I believe is a one-hit KO move, although don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure. However, with the Freeze Dry slowly hitting Gengar, Gengar's ability, which is Curse Body, stops the attack completely. And even though Mr. Mime tries its hardest to activate this attack, it's not going to work in the slightest. And you can see Leon is a little bit surprised at this. However, Ash, it was kind of his plan because he does the smile and he's like, yes, this was my plan. Mr. Rime then makes the entire field Psychic, meaning that Psychic type moves will have an advantage on it. And then it goes up to Gengar, touches it with its stick, and Gengar gets knocked out of the battle. And that is where the episode ends. Now, a couple points that I want to make on this episode is, well, I like the fact that we covered Go. I thought it was just going to be an Ash vs Leon, you know, 4 episodes of just them and no one else being in it at all. But it was good to see that Go was at the start of the episode and we kind of know what he's doing. We know that obviously he's heading to Project Mew, but now we've seen that he's met Tokyo and Gary and he's met the other 3 members of the team. And I just hope in the next couple of episodes we also get to see bits from Ash and Leon and then Go heading with Project Mew. But I thought it was really good how we covered a bit of that, so we're not just left with Go's doing his own thing, let's focus on Ash because he's the main character. Another good point of this episode is the animation. I tell you what, I don't know if it's because we've had 3 episodes of hit and miss episodes. I thought they were a bit pointless, no point having them in. The most interesting thing that happened was Go leaving Ash to go and do Project Mew. But the animation in this episode was, in my opinion, way above all the others. Scenes with Intellion spinning round, and even the fact that, you know, all of the other Pokemon are doing all these powerful moves, and you can see the expressions on their faces and the fact that this battle means so much that I just thought this animation was really, really, really good. So with that, the rating I'm going to give this episode is, of course, a 10 out of 10. Couldn't really falter any points in this. The only falter I could have pointed in this was the fact that Ash is not using his ultimate team, which we all want him to have. And the fact that this battle started and we kind of know his entire squad, I doubt we're going to get to see Charizard. We're not going to see Sceptile and Greninja and Infernape. And it does make me very, very sad to see that. My hope that is that Leon will beat Ash. Ash will then want a rematch with its ultimate team, and that's where we'll see it. However, I highly, highly doubt that is going to happen. Anyway, onto a cheerier note, that is where I'm going to end this episode off. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out the other videos that are on the channel. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And thankfully we're back. I believe there's only 4 episodes left, so not too much longer left of this. Let me know what you thought of the episode down in the comments. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next week with the next one.